Good morning and welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance for Wednesday. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here were some lovely words today. I am just thrilled with how this one came together. So first I'm going to take a sip of my cacao to kind of warm things up and see if I can break up some of the frog voice. But that actually made me happy. So my favorite word on my mug from my friend Holly. And yesterday in the mail came a card from my friend Megan. Same word. They all know it's my favorite. So I have my believe all over my desk again. And I think it fits in. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, good morning. And someone else is here, and I'm not sure if you shot past while I was taking my sip of cacao or not. But anyway, I'm glad you're here because I think today's is going to be deeply touching. That's my hope, is that it's deeply touching. And interestingly, the card deck is the Soul Coaching deck by Denise Linn. And I'm also going to read a little bit out of the book by Denise Linn, Secrets and Mysteries, The Glory and Pleasure of Being a Woman. So I hope you enjoy this and that it is mind expanding. That's what I'm hoping for, mind expanding. All right. Good morning, Linda. Welcome. Glad you're here. So I'm going to start with the Soul Coaching deck. And I want you to just see how this particular card resonates with you. And it's a huge challenge for people in America, especially women. And then the book, I think, just kind of ties in beautifully. So we'll see what you think. Our card for today is beauty. Beauty. And the I statement for the day, and I want you to just try this on right now and just notice, how do you resonate with this? Can you take this in? Can you allow this to be your truth about you? Good morning, Janine. Glad you are here. I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, good morning. Glad everybody's here. I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. And there's a reason you're all here today. This is a message you need to be soaking up, taking in, letting marinate in every cell of your being. I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. And we have set such a narrow definition, or had such a narrow definition set for us, good morning, Jill, excuse me, of what constitutes beauty, that even to hear those words, I am deeply and profoundly beautiful, may be a hard thing for you to swallow at this point. We're working on that today. We are working on that today. So, a couple of nice deep breaths just to open up. Settle in. Become as receptive as you can be. Because I really want, for all of us, these words to deeply resonate. We need to really be soaking this one up. Beauty. Card meaning, you're beautiful inside and out. Good morning, Beth. Welcome, welcome. Your sacred inner and outer spaces are radiant and glorious. No matter what your age, your loveliness is growing. And I've seen some little steps forward in terms of the powers that be looking at women of a certain age as beautiful, finally beginning to expand that definition of beautiful beyond Barbie. But there's so much more work for us to do, isn't there? So here's our opportunity. Your loveliness is growing. Create outer harmony in your home environment, even in small ways, such as a vase of flowers, a scented candle, or clean windows, and your inner grace will glow. I love when I go to the grocery store, because grocery shopping is not my favorite thing, to grab a bunch of $4.99 flowers and create some brightness in my world. I love the little angels. Whoop, this side. Forget my flip screen. I love the little angels sitting on the shelf there. They bring some glow to my living space, right? Just awesome, awesome. Your soul wants you to know The more you see beauty around you and in your environment, yourself, and your body, the more it will fill your life in all forms. See beauty. So I'm going to do something with you in just a minute. Never say anything about yourself or your body that's negative. Did you hear that? Never say anything about yourself or your body that's negative. So I want you to take some time to look in the mirror. Really look in the mirror. See if you can say to yourself, I love you. I love you. It's going to sound clangy on your ear to begin with because that's not, we're used to judging ourselves. So here's your opportunity to practice something different. Don't put yourself down silently or to others. Instead, affirm beauty and take time to adorn your body and personal space. I started wearing earrings again when I moved down here. I hadn't worn earrings in like 7 years. I'm wearing earrings again. And it's something that makes me feel pretty. I like having them hanging in my ears. Let's see. Take a luxurious bath. Do your nails. I have several friends who that's their thing. They get their nails done. I'm too hard on them, so I just chop them off whenever they get a little broken up, and on we go. But for those who like doing their nails, do your nails. Absolutely. Create a home altar. That was interesting too. When a friend of mine recently moved, there was a piece of furniture that she had hung on to for all these years and wasn't sure why she had hung on to it. All of a sudden it dawned on her it was meant to be an altar in her new place. So she's gathering up her things that are going to comprise this altar. Cherish yourself, and the luminescence within you and around you will glow. So I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. So the first thing I want to do, excuse me, is a little bit of a twist on the beauty before me thing that we have done. That is a ritual for Indigenous people to really be in touch with their environment and seeing truly what's there. I want us to do that with us, okay? So I want you to just close your eyes. And it's like you're seeing yourself in your mind's eye. If it helps you, you might want to look in a mirror, that's fine. But we're going to go through all of those directions, and I want you to find something within yourself that fits that definition. So, beauty before me. For me, when I look at the front of myself, the first thing that pops out are my eyes. That's the first thing I think is of as beautiful. What about for you? When you're looking at the front of yourself, what do you define as beauty? It might be a physical attribute of yourself, the front of your body, or it might be an essence that's radiating forth. Perhaps you're an incredibly kind person, and that's the first thing that you see when you look at the front of yourself. But beauty before me, what do you notice? Beauty behind me. Like if you were standing behind yourself looking, what would you see that you would say, well, that's beautiful? For me, I'm going to pick my shoulders. Why? Because they carry a whole lot of energy and strength and my connection to the world. Sometimes I carry burdens for the world. So beauty behind you. What do you pick out for behind you? Beauty to the left of you. If you were looking at the left side of you in profile, what would you pick out as beautiful? I remember being like 10 years old, and I had seen my mom take a mirror, and she was backwards to the bathroom mirror, holding up the other mirror so she could see the back of her hair. And I thought, I wonder what that looks like. So I took the hand mirror and did the same thing. And when I turned sideways, I was astonished. I had no idea I looked like that from the side. It was this whole different view, and I just kept staring. It's like, I don't even look like me there. That's interesting. So the left side of you, what do you notice? For me, the first thing that jumps out is the strength on my left side. I'm left-handed. If someone, you know how they wanted to always figure out what your dominant foot was, and they'd stand behind you and give you a little shove, and whichever foot you step forward on, that was your dominant one, was always the left. Always the left. So what about your left side? Do you notice as beautiful. Beauty to the right of you. What about your right side? What do you notice there? Because our sides are not equal. They have done this interesting research where they take a picture of somebody, cut the picture in half digitally, and then flip each side so it's two right sides put together and two left sides put together. It looks like two entirely different people. It's really interesting stuff. Beauty above you. If you were in the sky looking down on the top of your head, what would you see that was beautiful? I actually think it'd be kind of fun. I think it would be my nose, because my nose would kind of look like a ski slope from the top down. That'd be kind of fun. Beauty beneath you. So if you're Mother Earth looking up at you, standing on Mother Earth, what do you see that's beautiful? For me, I'm going to say soles of feet, grounding me solidly. Grounding me solidly. For some of you, it might be you like the way your butt sticks out. Who knows? Whatever it is. So beauty beneath you. And now, the best one of all. Beauty within you. Beauty within you. When you look inside of your heart and soul, what do you see that's beautiful? And now I'd like you to pick one of those. You went through all of those 7 directions. Pick one of those. And periodically throughout the day, I want you connecting back with that, resonating with it, seeing how you feel about it at different times of the day. So that's our card for today, is beauty. I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. And now I want to share a part out of the book, Denise Linn, Secrets and Mysteries, The Glory and Pleasure of Being a Woman. And this is a book she wrote 20 years ago. And I'm amazed at how forward-thinking it is. It is just... So I want to read this part, because this is something that many people have a knee-jerk reaction to, not ever seeing the beauty in this. And she clearly sees the beauty in this. And I have a friend, Carol, who is an amazing photographer. And in 2016, when some things unfolded that she struggled with, she took up photography again as a way to see beauty in the world. And she oftentimes would have us in her photography classes pick something that we typically didn't see as beautiful and go take pictures. So one time she had us do a color. I picked the color brown. I thought brown was yucky. By the time I was done with taking pictures of things that were brown, I was so in appreciation for brown. Same kind of a thing. Trapping is taught up in the area where I moved back from. And for many of us in our coffee group, that's not something we could kind of wrap our brains around we didn't appreciate that. So there's a facility up there that hosted a trapping convention. And she was there because they had a booth or a table selling some of her daughter's things. And behind a building, there were all of these animal carcasses lined up. And she decided to really stretch herself to try to see the beauty in that. So she took pictures of the dead animals. And I just remember being in awe of her thinking process to even go there, right? So this is kind of one of those too. And what I hope you get out of this is a shift in perspective, okay? So this is way at the end of the book. And the chapter's called Uncoiling the Serpent. And months earlier, one of the things she says on this page is, I am not the same woman now that I was when I started writing this book. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? We are not the same people we were when we embark on something as when we finish it up. So here it says, As I was nearing the completion of this book, something wondrous happened. One day I heard a commotion among the workers who were helping my husband with the building work on our new home. I ran outside. Approaching the front door was a huge, thick, yellow and black snake, perhaps 6 feet in length. The men were shouting about the snake. One had a threatening hoe held high. The snake was so stunningly beautiful and vital. Her skin seemed to glisten in the morning sun. As I looked at her, I felt compassion and love permeate me. A calm filled the air. The workers became quiet and stepped to either side as I quietly walked toward the snake. I gently reached down and picked her up. She was so heavy in my hands, but didn't seem frightened or alarmed. She slowly undulated back and forth as I gently whispered to her, "Thank you for blessing our home. I'm glad to meet you." Carefully carrying her away from the workers, I placed her at the base of Gaia, the goddess tree, which is one of the 300-year-old oak trees on our property. I watched as she leisurely moved into the grass. Suddenly I remembered the image of the yellow and black snake that had appeared in my dream many months before. I knew that snake was dying, just as I knew that I was also withering at that time. Now, as I watched the astonishingly resplendent snake slither into the tall grass, I realized that this snake was a potent omen of life, healing, and new beginnings. During the writing of this book, I shed old negative beliefs like a snake sheds its skin, and in the process, I was healed and transformed. Although I still have days when I'm depressed and I forget that I am deserving of love, and days when I'm critical of myself or others, I don't judge myself so much for these times. I'm more gentle with myself, knowing that every experience is a precious part of the great and grand adventure of being human. I believe in the miraculous power of intention, and my heartfelt intention in the energy of this book was to allow you to uncoil and come full circle into the glory and pleasure of being a woman. May it carry you on an inner journey during which your ability to cherish and love yourself will deepen and grow. This book is more than paper, ink, and binding. It is an energy which carries a spirit of love from me to you. May blessings and love fill you always and forever. How cool is that? How cool is that? Her ability to heal herself in the process of writing the book. I feel like every morning we heal little parts of ourselves as we do these YEMIGs. It's an opportunity to recapture things that may have been set aside because we weren't allowed to carry them. Today it's beauty. Reclaiming, recapturing our sense of the beauty within us, the beauty outside of us, the beauty all around us. I am deeply and profoundly beautiful. May you resonate with that all day long. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are.